Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a little bit surprised by this Syndra pick, because it feels like there was an insane amount of synergy.
I'm like looking through the ban list, wondering where it is. Oh, Chovy's doing it again.
Okay.
So it's going to be his very famous mid Aatrox. This is a pick that dates back a very, very long time, and something that he has had a lot of success on in the past. That being said, Aatrox has been through a lot of changes in that time, and we'll just have to see how Chovy is going to go, as it looks like Morgan will be piloting the cannon there towards the top side of the map. So not exactly the greatest when it comes to damage range and variance there when you pair it on the top side. And also, you know, the CC from cannon is quite short-lived with his Mark of the Storm, so the setup for spears, I don't know either. I'm very interested to see how he plays out the laning phase, because Chovy is always so good at navigating lanes that are range versus melee like this. Even his Scion was actually crushing lane in that game. His tank play has always been very good. Bruiser play, the same thing as you guys have seen with his Renekton.
The resources bar for... Oh, hold that thought.
That was a little bit sad. Is Def not going to be able to click the
There's
left,
the
and actually
chompers.
doesn't need to worry about it. Is exactly right. Chompers are there, and the minions are also, as the crashdown's going to be flayed this time around. Vista was tanking the turret, unfortunately, as we've got double entry towards the bottom side of the map as Fly's going to teleport down. He's looking for Deft, who still has the flash. He's now up against the wall, does get over, but it's not going to be enough. Undertow catches him. Dread grabs the kill, and they'll transition right into a Mountain Drake.
I mean, this was so well played by a Freak of Freaks. You know, after the kill is not a success.
We've got an Infernal Drake to come through next, so another Cloud Soul most likely. As Bank going to be hooked up here. Flame Chompers are good this time around, and Vista just sweeps him up. Deft gets himself a little bit of a shield, and then takes the Lantern for some repositioning. Certainly a very excited Jinx, as now Deft is hurriedly trying to grab
He's
that
like,
level 6.
give me 6.
Exactly, yeah. He
He got
gets it! Do we have
Wait for
enough
the shield.
mana?
Ooh.
Yep. This is scary.
He's
Okay,
baiting
Dread's
it.
going to come down.
This actually could be a pick.
Ragnarok has been procced as Deft is going to get stunned up. That's actually a real shame.
Oh my
Now
God.
he's looking to try and turn it
Double.
back, but it's not going to work. Double kill for Dread once again.
Oh, 2 for
Reckless
2.
Swing collects it. Very, very nice.
Lehen stays. He waits, and this is the pairing that, you know, we see so often with the Rel and the Olaf. It's so easy to set up these attract repels.
Chovy looking for Keen, as it looks like this Herald should go over to Humalive.
Try to trade back an objective here, but that is so much gold going over to Dread. But I think this is a fight you absolutely have to take us on YP Esports to try to bring back trade in the game.
There's the Hex Flash. In goes the Killer Instinct as well, as Deft immediately exhausted. Does have his flash available, but he's standing his ground, trying to take down Bang. Takes the Lantern for the extra movement. Oh my goodness, Bang able to flash his way out. Deft getting shot down by minions and has to be careful as Dread is booking it towards the bottom side, but Johan also is here as the hook is going to connect immediately. Ragnarok to cancel out the CC. The spear is going to connect there as Johan. You have to be a little bit careful. Still 1 versus 3 is Deft going to have to take down that ward, and he will do so as Super Mega Death Rocket finds Bang in the back line, and that's the first kill for Humble Life Esports.
And you definitely get the Drake now, but you're going to get a little bit more than that. You're hoping for a turret plate. They're actually going to drop this Rift Herald down here, so they're going to get a lot more than one turret plate. They're going to get the whole thing. And this is a fantastic position. Deft doesn't have enough health for them to really push the issue here because they don't have a minion wave, but they just rotate back in, get the Infernal Drake. The answer looks like is very possible.
Alahens. Okay, gets around the side. And now it looks like with Chovy moving on in and Fly being stuck in the mid lane, they're not going to be able to contest this. So, we will have an Ocean Soul. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got 3 different souls so far today. There by Lehens, as now Morgan could be in trouble. There's the ulti, is Slicing Maelstrom. Not going to really be too much value as he gets completely juked, does Dread, unfortunately. Look at a replay from somewhere. This was where the Rel and Morgan died.
Yep. I mean, it looks like just a skirmish here around Red. Very, very overextended as Lehens. Like, that was very ambitious, and then obviously King gets a kill on the top side of this fight
solo
as well.
kills him.
Well, there's no one to help, and he's 30 CS up at the moment.
Whoops,
Chovy.
Yeah, could be in trouble yet again. Does have flash. He's going to use it as he cops a house to the head. Okay, Infernal Chains are going to work out there as another house is going to collide with the Aatrox.
Fly didn't have ult, so you know he doesn't have the ability to kill confirm, and Chovy just handles the situation so well, which is really important. And Now this Drake here is, I'll hold that thought.
Okay, Chovy looking for Keen here. World Ender comes down. We'll see whether he can dive this turret as he gets the sweet spot. One more auto will do it as Chovy. Does he have an Umbral dash? He has the Q! And finishes it off beautifully. A solo kill for a solo kill. He says, you're welcome, Morgan.
That's a cool thing about this Aatrox pick too, is at this stage of the game, you can actually put it in the solo lane against the Gnar and get solo kills in these moments.
Yeah.
So he's significantly fed, right? He actually went Stride Breaker, so he's going to be able to duel and actually set up kills a lot better, in fact, in these side lane scenarios, and even is able to chase under turret there.
And his Jinx just is so stable, it always has been. Really is a joy to watch. And one of those picks that if it's in the meta, you take it away from depth. That's generally how it works. As Chovy is between a rock and a hard place a little bit here, as Bang's getting a lot of work done. World Ender does come down as Chovy finds himself some relative safety, but it's not as safe as he would like. Lehens gets Super Mega Death Rocket. Don't mind Chovy, he's just going to walk out of the fight as the rest of Hanwha Live looking to put the screws in. Bang has to limp home, flies at half health.
Rotate very quickly, don't have any assassins, don't have any lockdown champions to go and punish these side laners very easily. Kennen can get out very quickly. We've seen Chovy already, no matter what lane he's pushing in, gets out very easily.
Fly's going to get flashed on here as he does make it out, but it's just going to be pulled back in.
Everything he's hit by, everything.
You dodge like one or two things, and then when the 5th and 6th and 7th thing comes at you, then it's a little bit more difficult.
Fairly low action. We haven't seen very many straight up team fights. It's just been picks after picks, failed trades in the bot lane. And then now,
and Afrika have absolutely no idea that this is happening. This is exactly what Damwon did to Fred Brion earlier on. It's just take Barons. And without Fly, I guess they didn't feel like they were going to be able to take that one away. But
Chovy is as strong as he's ever going to be at this stage of the game. Like, he's super powerful. He's super potent. It's almost impossible to deal with him. And why is Lehens flanking like this?
Lehens is in the wrong position, as he is definitely going to die. Presses Magnet Storm, because why not? As now Vista has to contend with Keen, who does have Mega Nub, but he gets played out. And unfortunately, the CC doesn't really work. Super Mega Death Rocket just hitting the backline there as Morgan flashes in. The slicing Maelstrom is amazing. And honestly, this team fight could not have gone any better. Deft is excited, so are we. And Hanwha Life Esports, with their Baron, decide that they don't even really want to take a dragon.
Nope. Dread is actually running for the hills. He got his minion wave, and he's like, I'm going to get away with it too. Looks like he actually will be able to escape. Sees the ward. Bang is here. Chovy, got to be careful. You don't know about that.
I mean, Chovy sees Bang and he runs forward, as you can see. As okay, Dread's in a lot of trouble. The dragon is going to be taken there. Just Johan getting that one done. As Chovy. Oh my goodness.
You can't do anything about this, and if you're trying to chase Chovy, then the rest of the map gets opened up for Hanwha Life Esports because they have two great
solos. Oh no, Super Mega Death Rocket even flying through. As Fly is actually going to be alive for the moment, but is it going to be for much longer? As Crashdown gets Lehens out, as Deft with that rapid fire cannon can shoot from what feels like 2 screens away. Plus Ocean Soul
Morgan's
terrifying as Morgan looking for the opportunity here is up. Goodbye Fly. And now Lehens once again trying to crash down out of the fight, but the World Ender comes through from Chovy. They've locked him down. The Magnet Storm does absolutely nothing. Bang now having to get himself the hell out of here. And he'll get slowed down by the zap as well, as in goes Chovy with the flash. Oh my god, Fed Aatrox is a thing to behold.
I mean, he's just so ahead, and you have 2 champions in this game for Hanwha Life that can actually find, flank, and kill someone who's isolated on the side. Fly was the first victim. As soon as he's dead, they can just collapse in. Chovy's not afraid of anybody. And he's not even scared of 2 players right now.
Yeah, now he's looking for a couple of people so that he can make sure that they guarantee the Ocean Soul as well. And yes, Keen and Dread are going to walk away from 1 Aatrox. Just clearing out the minions like he can, and Vista's throwing out hooks left and right. This is non-committal CC. They're allowed to do this, right? Hanwha Life able to just keep them here. It's like a shooting gallery. As that's a little bit of a stun onto Johan, but they will not be perturbed. Remember, this is Ocean Soul. The play out from Keen. You ain't crushing anyone, my friend. The first Nexus turret goes down. The next one, Def has rockets. Lehens dives forward, but it's suicidal at this stage of the game. The flash play comes through. Morgan presses R just because he's excited. Double kill for Johan. And now, Hanwha Life are just standing next to the fountain, finding all the kills that they would like. Johan, that was a little bit over ambitious. as now everyone's getting on, pressing their stopwatch buttons, and this game is over. An absolute shellacking from Harmor Life Esports. And I imagine that Def did a fair bit, but yeah, there we go. 24K versus the 10K of Bang. And of course, you see a lot of damage coming out of these spears and from the Aatrox as well, but some pretty dismal numbers over on the side of Afrika that, honestly, they didn't make it out of mid-game. They just didn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, they couldn't. Once Chovy got fed, you have a, Kennen who can also catch people in the map, and, like, there's just no way back into this game if you're Afrika, unfortunately, at this stage. Like, This is why Aatrox is strong, is if you hit that snowball, then he just becomes so powerful that you cannot overcome it. You can wait a little bit here to see what Harmor Life is going to pick before you lock in your AD. You might get some hints as to what they want to go. Like if you end up seeing the Kai'Sa here, you know what you're getting yourself into. As we do see Varus making a comeback. It was Ghost who played it last time, and said the main reason why he picked it was because he wanted to have extra range. Like, an Orianna here, then I'm worried about the lack of ability to tank for this Kalista. And where's going to be the follow-up? Where's going to be the follow-up engage for all these spears that are going to come through for Dread? And this works, right? This is the front line that you're going to have. Now you have stronger engage even. You can pull somebody into Kalista's range to help finish them off. You can help lock them down with body slams, explosive casts. I like this pick a lot.
No, I think it's fantastic. It's also Fly's best champion that he's played so far this year. I think it's him and Bay that have been saved by Set many times so far.
There's a few question marks on the flashiness of the champion. It gives them a lot of late game scaling too, in a composition where the early game is already so stable.
Not to mention the fact that they have the Chains of Corruption and then they add Chaos Storm on top of that as well. I mean, the AoE damage out of this comp with just the Varus
and anything. As we'll look at Bang's win rate on the champion. An old favorite of his as well, 22-6.
I think probably one of the most famous Kalista players in the world, as he's going to get exhausted. Deft also got exhausted underneath the turret, as the Rend is going to be pulled out, and we get introduced to Bang's Kalista very early in this one.
Lehens loses flash for this, There's a very aggressive play, and, this is where Kalista's going to shine, is in the early parts. So you end up trading the kill here. Game doesn't have... He didn't lose his flash, right? So he should still be fine.
Yep. Dread actually has to hop out of the pit because he got a little bit scared of dying. Yeah, does hop back in again.
We've seen a little bit of that.
To take this one down.
A little bit of Nilly hopping over the pit this year.
Yep. Especially when she's against Anudia.
Yep.
As we saw.
Okay.
There's the hook shot. Morgan just getting a bit of damage down onto Keen.
6 is up. This is what I'm talking about.
Yep. Hextech Ultimatum right on top of the Gragas. Nowhere for him to go, and First Blood is so easy.
Respect the timing of level 6 when they didn't have vision.
Johan not going to get hit by the spear, as Dread unfortunately misses that. That's going to mean that he's not able to grab the red buff. Fly now slightly out of position as Vista looking for that headbutt pole. Can't quite get there, as he does manage to pulverize Lehens. They focus on him. Deft is here as well, as Fly gets a huge shield. Johan running away as fast as he can. Vista doing the same thing. Great play from Lehens, who stays alive for so long. Deft turns around and gets him in the very end, as we've traded supports. But Harmor Life are going to be able to make their way out, and Chovy continuing to try and push this wave. Johan goes towards his top side, and it looks like that red buff is actually...
He's absolutely going to have to come if they want to secure this.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Looks like Afrika are just going to be able to pick this one up.
Wow, they don't contest this at all.
When we went into the replay, though, it was like a 7 CS advantage, and like, Fly leaves for like 5 seconds, and then it's all over, as there's the Fate's Call. Hook is going to connect there onto Johan as well, who's trying to get out of here. Control Ward is down. The Rend comes through as well. He'll have another turtle, and unfortunately, the Pierce ain't going to work. He needed to throw it past the minions, and it was just going to be a little bit too hard. And the Chaos Storm is there just to get Afrika out, as Johan didn't have flash. He just wandered out.
I think Johan needs to get out of here. He actually has no idea that the rotation of the bot side is coming. I mean, he should have a good idea.
Yeah. What is going to go down? Keen is in a lot of trouble. And I said an obvious 2v2 is a 1v1, and this is a 2v1, absolutely. As in goes Lehens and Bang, and they're going to make it a 3v2 instead. Thankfully, I can do that math on the fly, as Morgan's in so much trouble. Going to get flayed back. Lahen's looking real good. Remember, this guy was known for his Thresh play, deliver and skarners, things like that. As now Dread has found Johan, but misses that spear as well. Pesky minion waves getting in the way all over the place.
Yeah, Johan is just, he's getting so lucky, man, in all these scenarios. But that's what I was saying. I think Johan needs to get out of here because, you know, Bang and Lahens were on their way. This is going to be a nice little delay. Can they actually kill this? I don't think so.
We'll see. Chains of Corruption will go in here as even the Hail of Arrows getting a lot of value. Heal has to be utilized as well as that Primal Surge.
Almost done. A real second issue in terms of this composition for, you know, that Afrika has to deal with from On The Life is not only do they have this really nice scaling in the range, but they also are going to have this extreme threat in the side lane.
Well, Morgan going to get delivered to Keen, but maybe this is exactly what he wants. As Johan says, oh, maybe I don't want this. As he is going to find him.
Out of turret range.
Oh, no. Okay, teleport going to come forward as Morgan's desperately trying to get the minion wave involved. The teleport is cancelled. And this should be a very dead Gragas as Johan, just wanders away casually. And that's a very comfortable pickup. Okay, there's the flash out by Pulver's Dread. Has to flash his way out of there. Good face breaker though from Fly, who wants to try and get to the showstopper, but unfortunately, he's taken too much damage. Lahens gives him an extra shield, and the Haymaker's going to help out as well, but Harmalife feeling a bit immovable here in the mid lane.
It might actually be a trade back, but a double kill even.
Yep, Cloud Drake is going to be taken. Of course, as Cloud Soul, as Fly finds himself in amongst 4. His set's pretty good. It ain't that good.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Drake and a free kill onto the mid laner at the same time as Vista, unfortunately, not quite able to get that ward down in time.
Afrika are losing control of this game.
They really are.
Very quickly. And they're having problems controlling the macro game. And this is what starts to happen with Afrika. Usually about like 25 minutes to 30 minutes, not at 16 minutes. But this side laning is definitely an issue. Keen's going to trade a turret back well, and so difficult to deal with is the side laning, as this is just going to be, I guess, the replay of what we missed earlier.
This is Johan just stealing lunch money as well. He just comes in, gets a steal away, and Bang has Rend. Like, that should 100% be Afrika's.
Yeah, and then Fly is just left behind because there's no way out with the rotation over from Morgan. You're just simply, you're caught and you're dead. These pieces are strong on their own.
Whoa!
Okay, there he goes.
As he does find Death. Death is going to flash out of the way, but he does manage to throw through the ulti, and another headbutt to deliver the set. But of course, he has a pretty easy way out of there, but Unbreakable Will's there for Vista. He's not going to be taken down, and in the end, it's a bit of a stalemate. I think it's voodoo magic. That's how he manages to find more numbers, as Keen is looking for Chovy here, who's going to flash the explosive cast, but not the hook, unfortunately, as Vista. He's going to flash on in, looking for a pole now onto Keen, as the teleport is a little bit optimistic there from Morgan, who's not going to be able to grab the kill onto Lahens, as it's quite late, but the Fate's Call is going to be there to try and save him. Some low health bars here on Afrika, as you can see, Harmalife Esports still happy to push forward.
Chovy, I mean, he is ready for this fight. They're down there, Camille, but the low health bars, Chovy wants to fight this. He was like, oh yeah, come in that choke point, I dare you. Death rate value is huge.
Death to Chovy still alive as in goes Fly, looking for that backline. Stride breakering forward, but Chovy is going to be safe for the moment. Hook is going to land once again, though Lahens has been a god on this Thresh so far this game. They do manage to take down the Udyr, but the damage threats are still here for Harmalife. That's why you see them walking forward, and they're wanting to deny this sole point.
This is going to be really hard, unfortunately, now for Harmalife Esports to take this fight. Chovy is
Look at
too
the
low.
low health bars. Yeah. They've got so much poke. Deft is looking at this shooting gallery as, the face breaker from over the walls. Too nice. And Afrika will be able to take down the Drake. Chaos Storm once again back off cooldown as Vista. Not sure this is exactly where you want to be, my dude, as Morgan does come in. The exhaust down onto Fly's Chovy. Still here trying to get the work done, but the Haymaker still too strong, and Harmalife Esports trickling into fights like this ain't going to win him.
Yeah, it's time to get away from this fight. I don't want to chase anymore.
Baron is going to be really important for Afrika. If they're able to get it, then the wave clear is not going to be enough to clear out minion waves as Chains of Corruption fly in, but they do go wide. As now Vista's in so much trouble. Fly finds the backline. He's looking for depth. The heal goes through, but the sidestep is going to be enough to get him out of the Haymaker. Now Lahens is just going to get burst down, and Fate's Call does absolutely nothing, and you can see Morgan this time has the backup of his team, flashes on top of Bang, and now there's no one left to do damage here for Afrika, and Morgan's having a field day. That's an ace, and speaking of Baron, it belongs to Harmalife.
Harmalife are just going to walk up and take it. Belongs to them. Their name is written all over it, and Harmalife Esports just trade so superbly well. Fly goes in, and sure, you know, Vista overextended. He was not able to confirm any kills, but so many cooldowns were used on him. There's no one to peel for Fly. He was like, oh no, I'm here by myself. And he just disappears, and from that moment on, there's just too much consistent damage output in this Hanwha squad.
Morgan doesn't want to be doing that. He wants to be going in for the follow-up.
Yeah, he wants to clean
that's
it up.
exactly what happened last time, and it worked out very well. But now Morgan's going to get closed in on base breakers, but so much CC absolutely everywhere. As this time the Camille is going to get wiped out. Chovy out of position, but does go golden and avoids the hook. Another showstopper as Fly is going to flash out, but look at the health bars. They're going down so low as Deft and Chovy are raining hell on top of Afrika. Lining up these arrows as in goes Lahens, trying to be the hero. The Fate's Call is going to pull him immediately out. Back in again to try and lock down Deft, but he flashes away and snipes down the Thresh. Chovy still alive, by the way. Locks down yet another one with the Q as the piercing arrow was so close.
Johan
and Bang
once more.
and Keen, yeah, they are limping towards this dragon. They want to grab this soul as much as they can. As Johan, he's got Franklin form. He'll be absolutely fine. Not actually with this skin. It's called Turtle. Yeah, this one's a little bit too cool. As Chovy, he's going to Everfrost the dragon, and Deft is going to be pushing down this wave and
Hiding away. As meanwhile,
Lahens is at 100 health or something like that. Johan's just going to chase him down. This skin is actually way too cool as the hook is going to taxi him. Oh, the Grump, one more auto. Oh, gets into the brush as now the Grump is going to turn tail. He's looking for Johan, instead smoked to death. 100 points after this one because this has been such a dominant performance as Morgan is going to find Lahens. Okay, this is how it all started before Lahens went on walkabout as the Blast Cone's going to be avoided, but Morgan, yeah, he's able to be displaced out of his ulti, so instead it has to be this merry jaunt. The good old Johan.
Look at where
Lahens go on.
Look where everyone else is on the minimap. They're just protecting.
It's not bad. He's still 60 ahead of the clock. As in goes Morgan. Does find himself a bit of a stun there onto Keen. Dread. Oh, that's a party cast. It's not really what you want. As Dread is going to go golden. The turret is going to be taken down, though, as now the Nidalee will explode. Primal Surge keeps him alive for a little bit longer as Fly looking for the flank, but he explodes. Oh, manages to get the ulti off first, but is still going to be taken down. Boys. And everyone came and saved him while he was golden. Lahens now might be caught out of position as Fly's in here as well. Decent face breaker, but it's cancelled out by the Pulverize as Morgan gets the stun. The set just not tanky. He's built Blade of the Ruin King. He just explodes in the back line.
This is such a frustrating place to be in for Afrika Freaks. You don't have range here. The clear time at this point for the Baron is pretty quick.
Yeah. And Johan as well can tank it almost indefinitely.
Look at where Vista is. He has full vision here. He has a ward in the brush.
Yep, he's going to get headbutted back, and oh no, Lahens just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Johan's running real fast, as you can see, wanting to start this fight up. Keen goes in, decent cast back, but there's no follow-up. And yep, Fly getting a decent ulti, but as you can see, Morgan's picking up double kills, and Afrika just have absolutely no damage. The wallets be too heavy, and Hanwha Life, they don't really care about a Baron, they're just going to win the game.
Chovy just sitting there at full health doing so much damage, and he's like, this is the path of least resistance to the Nexus. I'm going to head right up here, just like a lightning bolt, take out this inhibitor and push for the win. Very impressive game for Hanwha Life Esports. They gave up early Drakes. They understood that that was a place in the game where they were going to be the most vulnerable. They wanted to play around their side laning. The Camille got a little bit fed early, and they controlled the macro. They controlled the later fights when the scaling came into play, and it's an easy cleanup here.
Yep, some more kills just to pad these KDAs. 5-1 and 11 on the Varus, but this was a story once again about mid lane difference. Chovy,
can he get 400?
With the most ludicrous gold lead, 395 to 230. Goes slowly into the night, or quietly into the night. You know, this guy likes to go out with a bang, and thankfully that's his lane partner. So.
Look at Chovy's damage.
Yeah, he does a lot of work. And look, like this is Poke Varus as well. If you guys have seen damage graphs that have lethality Varus in them, he's normally obscenely ahead, but don't worry, Victor is a similar champion, and both of these guys just doing way too much work.
Yeah, the only hard engage that Afrika had was the set, and you know, you have the ability to cast people in or maybe get a death sentence off if you're Lahens, but unfortunately with the range problem, the follow-up damage isn't always there, and if you commit to something like the showstopper, you just get blown up oftentimes, especially when you're trying to go for flanks. And if you don't go for a flank, you're going to get killed before you can close the distance. It's just really unfortunate how Afrika couldn't get an early lead because Hanwha draft just scales so much better, especially in the matchups here. Like, Varus already scales well, Victor scales well, but when you're into a Kalista set, there's no range, there's no poke outside of the Nidalee. And Nidalee hits a spear, but who's brave enough to follow up on it?